All right, it's Halloween today, so we're gonna talk about top 10 sales horror stories. Now, these stories are things that were happening in the lives of other salespeople, things that I saw on the internet, and I just wanted to make a collection for you so you understand that your sales life is actually not that bad if you don't have these things happening in your life. So, this video is more like joking, humor, like positive kind of video. I do not want to make a very bad video out of this or just program you on having bad things in your life. None of that stuff. Today we're going to talk about things that it's a bad thing when they happen in your life, but at the end of the day, it's life and it's sales, and a lot of things are happening here. So, um, nobody really likes when you get a message from the champion that you have been working for a long time in a deal that you thought is almost closed, and they then tell you bad news that the deal is slipped on because X, Y, and Z, and you're losing the deal. You already even planned what you're gonna spend that commission on, and then the deal is disappearing. Now, this is the mistake when people start, spending the money that they haven't earned yet, and it's a problem. So if you're doing this stuff, just don't do it, and you're not gonna have, don't disappoint yourself in that kind of big deals, because those fuck ups are happening. So it's okay, it's life, it's all right, just move on. Next one, as a big horror story, is like when you're selling for a company that is not product market fit, which means that you're selling some shit, and their only profit in the company is when they raise the money, when they raise money from investors. That's a very scary situation to be on, not only for your skill, because you actually, it's a very hard environment. It's kind of like working in a company that doesn't know what you're doing, and then you every day you're switching gears, you're trying different things, and nothing really works until you actually find the thing that works. So think twice if you want to spend your time on a company that doesn't know what it's doing, to help it find out what it actually should do. If you are not into that, if you want to make more money, if you're about efficiency, try switching the company or think about your future. Next one is about fighting with marketing that claims that sales can't sell, and sales teams that claim that marketing are selling bad leads. That's actually a thing that can happen in a lot of organizations. It's happening, especially those that are big. So love your marketing. Marketing is good, guys. They want you to sell more stuff, because a lot of their performance, their KPIs, the salary that they're getting are also dependent on how good are you selling. So be good partners with marketing. Next one is going to be hitting up the conference that gets flooded, the fourth horror story. I still, whenever I look at the cars, I still remember that flood in Dubai that happened in April 2024, and I'm thinking, all right, if I buy this car or if I'm driving this car, will it be flooded? Like, how high is the engine from the ground? All the things. It's a big thing actually. Fifth horror story is not having tolerance for rejection. It's a really pity thing whenever I see a salespeople or BD people or whoever that work in growth and business and all these things, that do not like when people tell no to them in emails, in communication, in calls, in person. Rejection is a normal thing. Rejection will happen anyway. Like, not everybody likes what you're doing. Not everybody needs what you're doing. So if you're not tolerant to the thing, that's going to be a very hard life, and actually a big horror story. Next one is going to be competitors are stealing one of your accounts. This happens. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Sometimes a really big account gets stolen. So you actually, you can think about how to prevent this from happening in the future. But if something like this happens, it's okay. It's life, because you're also going to be going and maybe talking with some of their customers. Next one is going to be seventh. Actually, it's actually a real horror story. I read it sometimes on LinkedIn, that some Tesla guy, he just came back from vacation, or came back from weekend. Monday morning, he opens up his computer, like he just got accepted to the job like maybe 1 or 2 months ago, and he sees that he's blocked everywhere. He doesn't have access to anything, and only an SMS from his manager telling that he has been fired. Imagine you waking up and having a morning like that, when you just been thrown away, or it's not a it's a thing. Even if you're firing somebody, just firing them like that, maybe it's not the most humane. But at the end of the day, if you're higher growing company and you don't really care about employees because you have a very big demand for your job positions, then you're treating your employees however you want. I'm not the one. I'm not in the position to give advices to that kind of companies. Just bad for salespeople whenever you appear to be in that situation. Next one is going to be losing access to your Twitter or Telegram account, or even worse, when it gets stolen. Because a lot of information, a lot of people, specifically in Web3, they totally rely on Telegram. All communications with all prospects, all groups, anything is going through Telegram, not through emails, not through LinkedIn's, nothing like that. Everything in Telegram. So if you lose your access to the Telegram account, that's actually a bad thing, because you lose all of your connections, all of the people that you ever spoke with, all of the track record, all of your history is lost. It's kind of like getting your LinkedIn profile banned if you work in Web2. It's a very bad thing. Next one is going to be, or actually penultimate one of the, coming back to the end of the video, of the horror stories. Whenever you invest a shit ton of time and energy into the deal, and it appears that it even wasn't qualified, and those people that you have been working in that deal with, the prospect, they just weeded out all possible information from you, and then they use this information to go to your competition or to go to the current vendor that they're having and to get a better deal or negotiate a better deal with them. That's a bad thing. That's a, like, you're not gonna like that when the thing happens to you, and I wish that you never know how that feels. And then the last one is gonna be not knowing, not believing, and not loving what you're selling. That's the worst thing that can happen to you. If you are living in the world when you don't know the impact of what you're selling, you don't love it, and you think that it's bad for other people, it's the worst thing that can happen to you. And if I were your friend, I would advise you to leave that company as soon as possible, or and don't sell the stuff, because whenever you're selling, you're actually torturing yourself. You're torturing yourself and you're torturing your prospects. So consider stop doing that, okay? If you if you don't genuinely enjoy that stuff. All right, that's gonna be about it. The sales horror stories are not as, they're not, it's actually nothing, when you compare to wars or other bad things that are happening in the world. These things are just a drop in the ocean. So don't really think about it. Just be happy, be grateful, accept everything that's happening in your life, because that's the best thing that can be happening. And that's basically it. Just move on and go to the next life. Now is the last video in the month, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed it. If you watched it this moment, subscribe to the channel. The link is in the description. Link to the community is in the description. And see you in the next month. November is going to be super hot. So bye bye.